welcome back. Today we are doing a little bit of the home versus the halls. All pals from school, just for some background knowledge here. Fiona and Taylor stayed home for uni and Kat and I moved out. So we thought it'd be fun just to go over a few little kind of comparison points and kind of just share our experiences and kind of what we thought was better for certain situations really. Location! I feel like probably the first thing to say is Kat and I moved away because we kind of had to, because obviously we're all from like central Scotland but had to move to Aberdeen for uni, so obviously not doing like a 3-hour commute to uni every day. Whereas Taylor and Fee both went to Glasgow universities, so it was easier to like stay close by. As for like travelling to uni, Kat had a fun fact.
Yeah, if I stayed at home, it would take me less time to get from my house to like Glasgow Calais or Glasgow Strathclyde than it does from like my halls last year or my flat this year to get to Robert Gordon University.
Do you have to get a bus to uni still?
I get a bus to uni, yeah. It takes 20 minutes.
Which I find so strange, because if I stayed at home and went to a uni in Glasgow, which would be like the closest unis for me, it would take me at least like an hour and a half to get like to the station on the train to uni, whereas I literally have a 15-minute walk to uni.
What do you do when it rains?
Run. Right, we'll go point 2.
Yeah, point 2.
People.
Define people. Do you mean like people when you move out? People friend-wise? Huh?
People, I feel like I had a little look online to see what a lot of people's questions were, whether to like move out or stay home, and one of them was kind of a lot of anxiety towards who you're going to be sharing a flat with if you do move out, because there really is no way of knowing until you're assigned your room and you find out the people who are going to be in your flat, and that can be quite scary to a lot of people, because they're like, oh no, what if I don't get on with them, what if I don't like have the same interests as these people. But I didn't have much problem with the people I was in a flat with. I feel like I'm pretty open as a person. Like if I'm by myself and there's people I want to go and talk to, I'll just go and talk to them. So I wasn't too kind of taken aback by meeting new people, which I definitely think helped. But if you're more of an introvert person, I feel like moving out could be very scary.
But then I think like as introvert, like I'm not an introvert, but like if you were an introvert, you should kind of move out, because like it forces you to actually, yeah, exactly. And if you're an introvert and you stay at home, then you're just never going to meet people, because you just know you can go back home and like not have to talk to people. You're forced to actually like interact.
Push yourself out there, yeah.
So yeah, it's a lot more difficult to make friends if you don't move out as well.
Yeah, how did you guys find it?
Because like you just have to kind of talk to the people that you're in lectures and tutorials and stuff with, whereas you guys have your uni friends and you have your flatmates, whereas it's just really people you're at uni with. But then if you live like me, like a good half hour away from Glasgow, you like at night once you're done, you feel like you just need to come home to do your work and stuff like that.
Speaking on that note, I have a question. I would say like your friends are more from like your flat, like that kind of thing, whereas my friends, I would say I have more of them like from my course.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. I was like, I've made the majority of my friends through flatmates, friends of flatmates on their courses and like societies, whereas I wouldn't say that I have a specific group of friends from my actual course.
At the start I was friends with somebody and they dropped out. But yeah, no, my friends from uni now like we're from all over the place.
You somehow end up like the people that you've become friends with are like the people that have stayed at home as well.
Yeah, all my friends have stayed at home and like aren't in halls.
Right, point 3, independence. I'd say this is kind of a main one when it comes to like moving out or staying home, because it's so different.
I think since moving out I have been definitely a lot more like just like self-sufficient almost.
And I feel like moving out for uni to halls rather than just say like moving out to a flat, I feel like halls is a really good stepping stone, because you're there with so many other people that are doing it all for the first time as well. So you're literally, if you have a problem, you can find someone else that's going to help out, or someone else that's gone through the same thing.
It is probably the one thing of moving out that I would have liked, was to have more independence, to be able to like do whatever you wanted and like totally like have your like house organised the way you want it and stuff like that. But
yeah,
I think it's just choices you make.
I had a question that I've just thought of. Do you think that even though staying at home, you've got more independence now than you had at school? Like, have your parents given you more than you were at school, or is it kind of just similar?
Never really. Mum and Dad never really restricted me anyway. Like I didn't ever feel really that restricted, but you know, that way that at school, like life is totally different to at uni whether you've moved out or not. Like,
I feel like as well because you've both got cars as well. I feel like if you couldn't
being
drive,
able to drive
I
and
was
stuff
gonna
like
say
that, having a
that,
job
yeah.
and things.
Because like I can't drive, learning, but can't. It's like I think if I stayed at home, I'd be so reliant on like, mum, can you take me here, or mum, can you do that,
Yeah.
or like.
I
Stuff
feel like
like
that's
that.
probably the main kind of difference, like staying at home and being able to drive, or staying at home and not being able to drive.
Like, see, since I started uni, because I started my different job as well, I stopped getting, like, my mum and dad stopped, like, helping me out with money. So I had to, like, pay for all my own stuff. Like, petrol, car, like, stuff like that, which, when I was in school, I didn't. But then also, it was turning 18, because, like, before we turned 18 and we were going out, my mum was like, right, we need to be home, text me when you're this, text da-da-da-da-da. Now my mum's like, well, give me a wee text if, you know, just so
There's a
you're
problem
safe,
or
but
something.
just, it's a lot more relaxed.
Yeah.
Plus,
Yeah.
like, if I'm staying in the library late or if I'm going on a night out, she has a lot more trust in the fact that
Yeah.
she knows that I'm safe with a nice group of folk. The only thing I'm not independent with is food. I can cook maybe like toast, beans on toast,
Yeah,
cheese.
and yeah. To be fair, I know people like in my like that I've met at uni that are definitely a lot less independent than I say like you guys were.
Yeah.
Purely just from the point of view like their parents pay for everything or stuff like that.
Number 4, uni work. Like, how do you think either staying at home, moving away has influenced like how you get on with your work at uni? Because I feel like living in halls and having all your deadlines and doing uni work, it would be very easy to get distracted. And especially like in my flat there was 8 other people, and if you had work to do and someone else goes, oh, I want to go on a night out, oh, I want to have a movie night in the kitchen, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, you need to be able to say, no, I need to do this, I need to go into my room and focus. And it's kind of, I feel like that one's down to your character.
Definitely.
Because
yeah.
I'm quite, if I've got work I need to do it or I'm going to stress myself out, but I feel like some people could get really easily like waylaid by
Distracted.
others.
Yeah. See, like for me, I feel like I'm more productive at uni than I would be at home, purely because like my mum doesn't work, so when I'm at home and then my sister's at home and she's not doing much, it's like, oh, do you want to watch TV? Like, do you want to do that? Whereas at uni, I lived with like 7 other girls that were really focused and they did their work. And I also lived with, which I thought was quite good, a girl on my course. So if I needed help or if I was a bit bored of just doing it by myself, there was somebody there to go and like work with, but still being productive.
So I think that's the only, like, one of the only things I wouldn't have liked. Like, I like need my space, like,
Yeah.
in my bedroom. Like, I see that and as my desk area as being like, obviously you would have that in halls, but like having like loads of people around you with distraction,
Yeah.
like I would feel like a lot more inclined to be distracted, whereas like that's why I never really studied in the library at uni. I tend to just always come home.
Actually, I'm the opposite of you. I like working in the library. Like, see, because you go into uni and that's you there for the day, cause you can't just nip back to the flat. Well, you can't really either, but
No,
like,
I
I
could.
technically could. I studied at home but did my coursework in uni because my pals were quite driven as well, like wanted to do well, and it was nice sitting with folk who were also quite focused. I think I'd be quite easily distracted if I moved out.
And last but not least, social life. I feel like this is a big one as well for people that are thinking about moving out or not. And I feel like for me, if I had stayed at home, I'm like an hour and a half to do anything. I feel like I definitely need a planned night out. There was no like spontaneous night out or anything if I'd stayed at home, whereas that's more what it's like when I'm living by myself.
To be honest, even where we stay, we're like half an hour away, and it's still like you don't really have spontaneous just like, oh, let's just go out as much, because it is like you have to think about like a taxi back to where we stay is a good £30, like, and that's a lot of money. Like where you stay, you don't have to think about that.
Definitely.
And even just stuff like to like make friends on my course, it would be like, oh, does anyone want to go for a coffee after work, after like our lecture today, or does like anyone want to go for lunch, or does anyone want to meet up later and get a drink or whatever? I feel like if I lived at home, I'd be so much easier just to be like, no, I'm just going home. Or like if I was at home and somebody messaged and was like, does anyone want to meet up for a drink? I'd be like, I'm at home, I need to get a train in, like I can't be bothered doing that.
It's a lot more transport
Yeah.
planning you've got to
Uh-huh.
think about. Like,
See, if somebody asked me for a drink, I would say coffees, because then I have to think consciously, well, I've got my car at the train station,
Yeah.
so then I'm either leaving my car overnight and having to get a taxi to the train, like home from the train station.
But like I do think like even if you stay at home or if you move out, like people can still have a good social life, because quite a lot of my friends in my group on my course, like a good few of them live at home, but like they just like you make friends easily. You can just be like, and at uni because everyone's like doesn't know each other really, you can just be like, oh, I'll come, but is it okay if I stay at your house afterwards, or like stay at your flat? So that's another way to make friends. So like it works both ways. Like you can do it at home or you can do it like it just depends.
on that note, will we wrap this thing up? Thank you for watching. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, leave them down below in the comments. And yeah, see ya. Bye.